Hello guys, and very welcome back to another episode of Diaries of Wildlife Photographer. Well, I mean, not another episode, it's more a little series of Diaries of Wildlife Photographer. So, we are here for 2 weeks now in the province of Catalonia in Spain, in the Pyrenees. Very nice mountains, very beautiful, and yeah, at the moment we're just here for some hiking and enjoy the nature, because the nature is gorgeous. And yeah, but just a week ago we were here in this area for some wildlife photography, especially some birds. And in this short series about this trip to Spain, I will actually do it in 3 episodes, in 3 parts, where I would like to tell you and take you with me to my journey when we go out here in this beautiful Spain nature and enjoy its wildlife. So, after traveling from southern Germany down to here for like 2 days, we divided it in two days with about 6 hours drive, so 12 hours to a little medieval city with about 60 inhabitants. And yeah, it was beautiful town, and was beautiful. And from that place on, we wanted to go out and do some flatland bird photography, like very special birds you don't have that much in Germany. And yeah, from here our first photo hides were to start for the next few days. On the first day we had to get up very early, about 5:30, 5:45, about this in the morning, right before sunrise. We met our guide in the middle of the town, and our guide picked us up. We had to put out some other photographers, and then we went to the hide. The first aim species, as I told you, is the little owl. What I found very interesting about this species was that they don't live as in Germany in tree hole. They live in piles of stones. Like, you have a big area where there are some stones and there are some hollows in, and there they live the little owl. And when the sun began to get a bit brighter, also what was very, very nice, the little owl came also out, and then we had some very nice interaction between the 2 owls. And it didn't take long before this small pile of worms the guide took out for us were empty, and then the female just disappeared back into the hole. I guess maybe it was breeding, and then the male was waiting there, just enjoying the sun, letting the sun shine on its belly and warming up the feathers. And then out of nowhere it just flew away, and after a few minutes it just returned and came back with a grasshopper in his mouth. And that was so cool to photograph such a hunting behavior. Well, after almost 6 hours in the hide, the guide picked us up. Well, what should I say? Our bladders were filled and bursting. We made the big mistake that we drank coffee before we headed out. Nevertheless, we were overjoyed and had a lot of fun, and yeah, as I said, joy of watching the owls. It was just a very, very awesome experience. So day one was absolute success. I cannot complain at all, and it was very, very beautiful. On day two, it was not that early as the day before. I don't remember the exact time, but it was not that early, because the species we went for was actually only comes out when the sun is out, so, or is active when the sun's out. So we don't have any rush, and then we got up. The hide was actually very different than the first one. The first one was a very good build, very massive hide. The second one was only made of some metal scaffolding, and the hide was shaped and covered with some green fabrics. Our aim this time were the Beeeaters. After the guide have left, the Beeeaters were still a bit quite cautiously and a few meters away in a big tree. They were all waiting there. But after about 45 minutes, the first Beeeater started to venture and fly in front of the camera, and it was very nice because that was never that close to a Beeeater. And not long later, about 45 minutes later, the second one joined in, and then I had like two Beeeaters interacting to each other, and then the real photographic challenge began for me, because as the Beeeaters are still in the mating season and a lively exchange of gifts and mating attempts followed to each other, I really needed a good reaction time and really fast exposures. And yeah, that was, photography wise, it was very, very challenging. And what was actually very cute was that in between those intense moments when the Beeeaters were flying on and off and trying to mate, and when it became a little bit quieter, then the other resistant inhabitants ventured out and out of the burrows, and that were actually the rabbits, the wild rabbits there. And these are actually so cute. I mean, also the adult ones look like baby rabbits, and that was also a very nice experience and very awesome, and I really enjoyed that. About 12 o'clock maybe the guide picked us up, and thanks to good preparations it was easier for us to bear everything together this time, because we did not drink any coffee before and not much in general before, just as with the little owls, and that was much easier for us, but well, we are able to learn, so I guess. So that's actually it for the first video. I really hope you enjoyed the journey I wanted to tell you, and maybe learned also something from about the species. See you in the next episode when we go out for European rollers, lesser kestrel, and also hoopoe. So see you in the next episode.